Hey,
Man,
out here,
bro,
bro.
Instagram tripping. They tripping tonight, man. I don't know what's going
Instagram is
on.
on something else today, brother.
Yeah,
Yeah, but we're
they
gonna
are,
make
man.
it through. We're gonna make it
Yeah, we
through.
will.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah.
guys, we have the talented Christopher Nolan on the line. He is the president of Infernal Productions, writer, producer, director, and actor. So, get your questions ready. We're going to start over. Put your questions on the bottom, and the question mark. We're going to go from there. So, Chris, talk to us a little bit about actors. There's a lot of actors here on the line who are here just to hear you. But what advice would you give to that one actor who's always seems to be booked for one-liners, booked for that one word, but they seem discouraged and kind of unimportant? So, what advice would you give to that actor who only has one line?
Oh, no, never be discouraged about a one line. That one line can mean everything in that movie, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like that one line can maybe get you two, three, four, five, six more lines.
Mm.
If you're prepared and you do it correctly.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the lines.
Mm-hmm.
Worry about getting the job and then doing your job with that one line to the best of your ability. Listen to that director because again, that one it's a lot of people in this industry, brother, who've done one-liners
Mm-hmm.
or a couple of lines and have blown up. Let's take, for example, our guy Samuel L. Jackson coming
Mm-hmm.
to America, man. He had a few lines in there, brother,
Yeah.
and just really took off from that, like for real. So I don't want any actor to be discouraged about a one-liner. Be happy, with the one-liner,
Mm-hmm.
get the experience, and continue to learn, and then watch the people that you're working with as well in the scene with that one-liner, because that one-liner can mean everything for them to react to you and for them to react to you as well in that particular scene for that story, man. For real.
Totally agree. We are on the line with Christopher Nolan. Get your questions ready in the box below. We have a lot of actors who love the information. So Chris, while we're on the topic of actors, how important is it for you as a director to build a healthy actor-director relationship for you?
Who, brother,
Mm-hmm.
it's huge.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's so huge, man, because the actors, they're the face
Mm-hmm.
of the story of the project. So you want to build a healthy relationship with them so they can help you tell the story. And what I like to do with my actors, Alan, and I'm sure you do the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
I love to collaborate with them, man,
Mm-hmm.
because I can have a vision.
Mm-hmm.
I can share my vision with the actors, and I'm open to them to understanding my vision, or if they might have had a different vision for their character,
Mm-hmm.
and I might be like, you know what, yo, that's dope.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Like
Mm-hmm.
for real, like let's do that. And that's where you start building trust with the actor when it comes to communication and collaboration, brother.
Mm.
That's everything, man, as a director. And also having actors understand it's good to know your lines. But I like to tell my actors, I want you to learn everybody else's lines in the scene you're with as well,
Mm.
because things could change on that day,
That's so
right?
true. So true.
And also sometimes even improving could be better than what's on that page,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, I work with a lot of actors who have great improv skills,
Mm-hmm.
but I've also worked with some actors and actresses who love to stick to the page. But I
Yeah.
try to communicate with them like, if we stick to the page, the way it's sounding is not going to work for the audience. So
Yeah.
I need you to work with me and let's get through this together, communicating and collaborating. That's huge, brother. Super
Totally
duper
agree.
huge, man.
Totally agree. You have to be able to take different direction if it
Yeah,
changes up. It's very
yeah,
important, guys, to be able to be
absolutely.
adaptable. We are on the line with the
Yes.
talented Christopher Nolan. Get your questions ready. It's a button on the bottom with a question mark. He is truly dropping gems. So, Chris, while we
Thank you.
on the aspect of relationships, as a director, you have worked with numerous actors, numerous producers in the industry. So, as a director, where do you feel people go wrong when trying to navigate to the next level in this industry when it comes to relationships? Where do you think people navigate and go wrong?
Man, brother, everybody is different, right? On how to establish a
Hmm.
relationship.
Yeah.
So I don't really, so it's one of those things for me. People got to be themselves when you're trying to
Hmm.
establish a relationship. I think if you're
Yeah.
yourself and you're genuine, that relationship will blossom, right? Um,
Hmm.
yeah, that's what I really believe in, man, because relationships are very, very key in this business. But at the same time,
Hmm.
same token, you got to have some type of integrity as well. because a lot of people use each other, brother, in this industry. Let's just keep it real. I mean, I'm just being honest, man. You know, we having a real talk today. A lot of folks
Keeping
use
it
each
real.
other. Yeah, keeping it real. So again, it's just about who you are as a person genuinely, and then you're being able to have that connection too, man. Because sometimes you might not have that connection to really want to build that relationship, you know. So you want to kind of just get in where you fit in and respect where you fit in as well, if that makes sense.
Totally
Yeah.
agree. Totally
Okay.
agree. He is truly dropping gems, guys. So we're going to take a quick transition from
Okay.
relationships to all things directing. I know me and you're going to have
Yes.
a blast talking about all
Yeah,
things
let's do that,
directing.
dog.
Oh yeah,
For
I'm
sure.
ready. So, Chris, every director has that pivotal moment in their career where they've impacted an actor on set. So my question to you is this, Chris: talk to me about an emotional experience with an actor on set when you had to pull out a deep emotion from them. How did you do that, Chris?
Ooh, Alan dropping the deep
Yeah.
questions, bro. Uh,
Yeah.
okay, I got it. I got it. So
Okay.
on the film I directed, For the Love of Christmas,
Uh-huh.
there's a young boy that's in the movie, and he had to cry,
Uh-huh.
and it wasn't working initially. So, being the director that I was, I went up to the young man's ear
Uh-huh.
and I told him that his parents had just been kidnapped.
Mm.
And I started crying myself
Uh-huh.
when I told him that.
Yeah.
So he started crying. And the other actress, Thea Kamara, who was in the scene, she couldn't believe it because we were trying to get him to drop a tear.
Uh-huh.
I had him dropping tears, but I was crying with him as a director.
Yeah. Wow.
So I told my cinematographer, I just said, roll it. We'll tail slate it. And then I have my AD tell everybody to calm down, get quiet while he was in that moment.
Uh-huh.
And we rolled it. And man, brother, it was so beautiful, man.
Wow.
Because when I was crying,
Uh-huh.
the crew thought something had happened
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But no, I was getting in the emotions with my actor,
And
who was a young boy.
and what do you
He
think
was like,
happened? What do you think happened, Chris? But that caused you? Was it just seeing him cry? What do you think happened to you?
for me, I started using my acting skills and started thinking about
Mm-hmm.
some sad things that's happened to me or people that I knew, which I got into my emotions, which helped me get into his emotions as well. And I thought about my father who passed away in 1998. So when I thought about that, I had to mention to him about his parents were kidnapped and weren't going to be found. And I was crying with him saying, we're going to try to help you find them. And it just came off so well, man. It came off so well because people thought something had happened on set
Yeah.
with me or with the production. But I was like, no, I was getting my directing on
Yeah.
with the young boy.
Yeah.
But that was a great question that you asked, man, because
Mm-hmm.
I always try to get into character when I have to with my actors, man, especially on emotional scenes,
That's
because
amazing.
that stuff has to come off real, bro.
It has to. It
So,
has to.
so for me, being an actor as well, I want to be able to touch into my emotions as a director and be there with the talent, man, letting them know I'm right there with you.
That's
I'm crying with you.
exactly.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you're
I'm
vulnerable
feeling the
with them.
pain with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. So it's one of those things for me, man. I love that though, man. Like I was just and there's so many other things that happen on set, not just on that set, but other emotional taps that I've done with other actors and actresses that were just really empowering, man. And that's what I love about directing, telling that story and getting everybody else around you to help tell that story.
Wow.
Because man, I'm telling you, Alan, I cry.
Uh-huh.
When I'm watching the monitor on emotional scenes, hey man, if you see me crying,
Yeah.
you nailed it.
You nailed it. Yeah.
It's like it's real, man. You like really nailed it. And it's been a lot of times when we had emotional scenes
Mm-hmm.
in our movie 72 Hours.
Yeah.
We were all crying on that set, man,
Uh-huh.
because
It was real. You felt it.
yeah, it was real. It was real,
Mm-hmm.
brother. it was real, you know, for sure.
Exactly. We have the talented Christopher Nolan on the line. Get your questions ready. We have a small box on the bottom with a question mark. Put all your questions there, whether you're a writer, producer, director, actor, ask your questions there. So before we go to the next section of the interview, you are an actor. You are
Yep.
truly a actor's director. So because
Yes.
you would understand the vulnerability of being an actor. But talk to me about how has being an actor in front of the camera helped you as a director, direct actors for those
Uh,
vulnerable moments.
Huge, man. It's been a blessing, bro, because I understand the language.
Mm,
I understand the process from as an actor when you're on your way to set, what you're thinking about on the way to set, when you get into your trailer or your room, when you're getting ready to block a scene. As an actor, I understand the process.
mhm,
So that helps me as a director understand what that actor or actress is needing
mhm,
or might not even need. Because for me, brother, I try to prepare my actors and actresses before we come on set, bro.
mm.
What I mean by that is first of all, let me just say this too. Casting as a director is everything.
Yeah.
If a director has an opportunity to have some say so in casting, that is huge.
Mhm.
Okay. That is like very important. It's almost like 90% of your job is done,
Mhm.
right? So when I'm able to get the cast that, you know, that's working on the project, I'm texting them, I'm emailing them, I'm calling them, and
Mm.
we're talking about this. That was looking dry about it. Sorry, we're
Oh, you
talking
good?
about
Okay. All right.
we're
That was
talking
yeah.
we're talking about the script
Yeah.
and the story before we come on set. Because on the independent level, Alan, as you know, you don't have no rehearsal time before you start shooting.
Not really.
Okay?
Yeah.
No. So I talk as a director, I communicate a lot with my actors, making sure they're prepared,
Mhm.
right? And when we get on set, we block because usually when actors come on set for the very first time, that's their first time being in the space. Now, what
Mhm.
I also do, because we don't have rehearsal time before we get into the space, I will have my location manager send me pictures
Mm.
of the location.
Yeah.
Then I usually send the pictures to talent and
Mhm.
say, hey, this is where we're shooting. Start getting in your mind where you want to be at in the room
Yeah.
with each scene. Even though you're not there physically there yet, but I want you to at least see where we're going to be at.
Mhm.
Then we get on set and we go over blocking with my cinematographer because there might be a part in that particular house or in that room where we definitely want to shoot at so we can get some really good light,
Mhm.
you know, a really good look. Or if it's not big enough, we need to figure out a way, where can we shoot in this particular space that's going to give us good production value, but still help tell the story,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So, man, being that actor has really helped me as a director, man, because I understand the vernacular, the vocabulary, and all that when it comes to directing and guiding my actors and actresses to tell that story that I need to tell.
Mm. That's great. I see a lot of actors in the comments saying they totally agree. They really appreciate you
Awesome.
being an
That's
actor's
awesome.
director
That's
and
awesome.
understanding the front of the camera. Get your questions ready. We are on the line with the talented Christopher Nolan.
Thank
Actors, writers, producers, directors, get your questions ready. And there's a button on the bottom with a question mark. Put all your questions there. He is here to drop gems. So while we're on the topic of directing, how do you find your voice as a director, Chris?
you. You know what? Finding my voice as a director is just
Hmm.
really finding what I like to do. What
Hmm.
really, for me, what catches my attention as a director. I think starting off, you want to do things that you feel or what you know.
Hmm.
That's to me, finding your voice, doing things that you love and what you know when it comes to storytelling.
Hmm.
I think every director, when they start off, they do that. And as they're doing that, they start building their resume and their experience. And then they can start kind of finding another voice on something they thought about doing, but now they didn't know if they want to do it, but now they might can do it because they have that experience and that confidence as well, if that
Hmm.
makes
Yeah,
sense.
it does. It really does. It really does. He is truly dropping gems. I see a lot of questions in the comments, guys. You can put those questions into the box on the bottom, then that'll be better for me to kind of navigate. We're on the line with the talented Christopher Nolan. So, Christopher, when Uh-oh, I think Christopher logged off again. So give us a, we having an issue with his phone. So just kind of get him back on really quick. Thank y'all for rocking with me on episode 13 of Director's Corner. I'm having a blast with you all. And Chris is about to get on right now. All right, here we go. Let's see. He should be popping up any second right now, guys. Let's see. All right. He's having a little hard time getting on. Get your questions ready, guys. Every actor in here should have a question for director Christopher Nolan. Every producer, every director. Ask him something while he is here. We're trying to get him back on the line right now. Just give us a quick second, okay? I appreciate all of y'all support for Director's Corner. All right. Let's see if we can get him on again. All right. Let's see. Yeah, Instagram has been acting funny with us today. I don't know what's going on with Instagram. All right, let's see.
Hey, bro,
Right,
Instagram better give us some more minutes, man.
bro,
What they tripping, though.
Instagram tripping hard today, brothers. We're gonna make it through. I appreciate you guys. We have Christopher Nolan here. So, Christopher, you have been blessed to gear up for a lot of amazing productions that hit big BET, Amazon Prime, a lot of great networks. But when gearing up for a new production, Chris, what is your process as a director leading up to the first day of filming?
Ooh, man, that's a great question, brother. Because pre-production is everything.
Yeah.
It starts with me communicating with cast, crew, especially my department heads. Communicating with them via text, email. And I like to do that for paper trail.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you talk to people, Alan, as you know, sometimes people have selective hearing.
That's true. Yeah.
So you still get a chance to talk to them, but I want to also make sure Ashley's fun. Ashley just said, that's my girl. She said, stop acting like Teddy Riley. Hey, I'm not acting like Teddy Riley. Hey, Instagram. Riley, that was pretty good. Instagram, when a lot of folks on live, it happens like that. But no, but back to your question. Preparation, talking to my cinematographer.
Yeah.
Talking to my production designer, script supervisor, key makeup artist, key hairstylist, first AD.
Yeah. Making
sure that we're on point. Because, Alan, as you know, when you're an independent film director, you don't have a lot of money.
Yeah.
So when you don't have a lot of money, you really don't have a lot of time, right?
Yeah.
So the preparation is the key for pre-production. So principal photography can be as smooth as possible. It might not be that smooth, but we want to make it as smooth as possible, right? Because talking with cast, talking with your department heads really helps out a lot. And so when I talk to, let's talk about directing. So when I talk to my cinematographer, I always talk about shots, movement for the character, for the scene, where it makes sense for the audience to be able to understand what's going on, right? So me and my DPs, man, we have to have a great relationship, man, because they're helping telling the story with me. Truth be told,
it is.
They say director of photography for a reason, okay? They're the director of what you see on the screen, right? And they're also able to tell their crew what the director wants camera-wise, what the director wants lighting-wise. And I like to collaborate with them because they have great ideas too, Alan. You know, and being able to have that great relationship with the cinematographer, it just makes everything on set better, especially for our actors. Because we want to make our actors feel as comfortable as possible so they can really flourish and shine on camera for the story. Because I like to direct at the independent level for sure for my audience.
Yeah.
Not for me, but for my audience, because that's who's going to watch the movie. That's who's going to watch it and say it's good or bad and tell other people to potentially watch it, you know. So the pre-production is key, man. The communication is so key. For me, communication with everybody, from the producers all the way down to the production assistants, brother, is key. Because I talk to everybody on set. I'm not that director that, give me my coffee. Give
Yeah.
me my hot chocolates.
Yeah.
I don't want anyone to talk to me. And I'm
Yeah.
kicking it and talking to everybody.
Yeah.
That's just me, man.
They appreciate it. It is collaborative. Yeah, it really is
Yeah, bro. It's
collaborative.
very collaborative, man. That's a
Yeah.
great question, Alan. Alan, you're really good at this, man.
I appreciate you,
Shout
brother,
out to you,
man.
bro.
I appreciate you, man. It's an honor to hear that from you, Chris. We're on the line with the talented Christopher Nolan. Get your questions ready. They are really lining up. They really
Good.
are showing you some love in the comments, Chris. So,
Thank you, brother.
as a director, how do you handle stress? Because you actually have almost a dozen films that you directed, and I know every set comes with stress. So, how do you deal with stress on set, Chris?
You know what, brother? The way I deal with stress, man, sometimes I just smile
That's a
and
good way.
laugh.
Yeah.
You know, because some of the stuff that happens, you like, wow, that just happened? Really? But at the same time, same token, I try not to be as stressed because, Alan, we're doing our dreams, man,
That's
by
true.
telling stories.
It's a dream.
So I
Yeah.
always look at every day. I'm happy coming to set. I'm never upset. I'm just happy that we're able to tell our stories, man.
Yeah.
So, you know, if there's any type of stress, laugh it off, smile it off, and keep it moving.
I love it. Smile it, laugh it off, and keep it
Smiling.
moving.
That's it, bro.
That's how you got to do it. Coming from the man himself, Christopher Nolan. So,
It's,
Chris, you are fortunate enough to be the president of Infernal Productions, guys. If
it's,
you don't know about it, Google it. A lot of great films came from that great production company. But my question to you is this: what are the advantages of owning your own production company, and how important is it for people of color to understand the power of true ownership?
ownership is key. When you're able to own something, you own it for a duration, for life. So for me, at the independent level, Alan, I'll say this too. Being able to invest in the project yourself is huge
Yeah.
because now you do have own, even though you might have written it, but if somebody else comes and gives money to make it, you want to be a part of that money as well, because now you can say, I actually own some of this as well, right? And so I've been blessed to be in a position to be the president, CEO of Infernal Productions since 1998, man. And that's always been a goal of mine, is to be able to have a production company, get it to be successful, and then keep it going, right?
Yeah.
So it's very, very key because you get a chance to really call the shots and also have the final say
Yeah.
on some things as well, which is really good. Where, you know, at the studio and network level, it's a totally different ball game than it is at the independent level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it is a little different. Yeah.
Yeah, totally different,
Yeah,
man.
totally
So
different. Yeah.
it's very important to have that ownership if you can, for real.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
appreciate that. He is truly dropping gems, Christopher Nolan. So guess what, guys? We are talking about My Online Valentine. I
Woo!
know that's why everybody is here today. My Online Valentine is one of Chris's greatest films. He has a lot of them, but people really love My Online
Yeah.
Valentine. That film is actually on Amazon Prime and it's on BET Plus right now. Get it, watch it, support my brother. And
Yes.
it stars my colleague, amazing woman, Ataja Simpson, Lou
Yes.
Campbell, and Robert Christopher
Yes.
Riley, to name a few. So this is my question
Yes.
to you, Chris. What was your inspiration behind the hit film, and what was the most challenging aspect of directing that film? How did you overcome that?
Bro, I've always wanted to do a Valentine's Day movie
Yeah.
with an all black cast.
Wow.
Okay. So when I pitched the idea to my sister, Melinda, she's like my writing partner.
Yeah.
She was like, all right, that's pretty good. I said, let's get it. Let's do it. Let's get a first draft done in 2 weeks. She was like, 2 weeks? I said, yeah, I got these ideas. We got to make it happen. So we got the first draft done in 2 weeks, bro. Went over it. I was like, wow, this is pretty damn good. I think this can do something.
Yeah.
So we tightened it up a little bit, did a quick rewrite. That took about another 2 weeks. So I would say about a month.
Yeah.
I was really happy, man, because the inspiration came from me always hearing and seeing online, Facebook or Instagram, how people don't want to meet other people online
Yeah.
because they just are times a movie,
Yeah.
make it online, where people can actually meet and it actually works out. Let's show some positivity finally on meeting people online, right?
Yeah. Kind of freezing up on me a little bit, Chris. And maybe if you can kind of adjust your ankle, maybe. Let's see. Thank y'all for hanging with us. We are on episode 13. Oh, there we go. All right. Yeah.
You go, cool. So
Yeah.
see, Ashley, it just ain't me, Ashley. See there? It's Instagram, Ashley. Okay.
Yeah,
So we get
yeah.
so we get the script done. The first person I send it to is my producer and casting director, LaQuanda Plant, there in Atlanta. All right. I said, LaQuanda, I need you to read it. I think you're gonna like it, but if you don't like it, I understand. She read it, she said she loved it. I said, all right, bet. I said, okay, let's get the script to our guy, Robert Christopher Riley. I had worked with Rob previously on 2 films, Walk Away from Love and Professor Mac.
Yeah.
I said, let's get him to play Ajax. So we get him the script. He reads it. He hits us back. He says, I'm in. I said, that's all I need to know. So after that, I said, I'm going to call up Blue. I'm calling my boy Blue Kimball. I hit Blue Kimball up. I said, Blue, read the script. I want you to play Blaze. Let me know if you like it or not. If you don't like it, I understand. Blue reads it within a day, hits me back, said, bro, I'm in. That's what I love to hear from actors. I'm in. So after that, I call up Layla Odom. I work with Layla on 4 seasons, man. Hit her up. She's like, yo, this is dope. I'm in. So my last call, I call up my girl, Taja V. Simpson. I said, Taja, I know this last minute is hell, but I need you to read this script.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need you to do it.
Yeah.
And she's like, what? I said, just read it. You're going to love it. She reads it within an hour, bro. Within an hour, man. She calls me back. She's like, yo, I'm moving some things around. I am in. I said, cool. There we go. So right there, Alan, that made me feel really good because we're able to get these actors who are doing their thing, who are professional, who are great to work with, to believe in the script. Now, I'm going to be honest, man. You're right, bro. That is one of my favorite movies I've directed.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I love it. Yeah.
I mean, and there's no knock on my other films, man. Like, I'm not going to even lie. There's no knock, bro. But I just really love that. It was a cute story, man. It was just such a cute, real story. And, you know, from Taja, Blue, Rob, Layla, Frank, Angel, Splack, LaToya, you know, just coming through and making the characters so real, man.
Yes, agreed. And that's all from relationships too, because they did it for you. Great relationships.
There you go. And that's where relationships come into play, bro. They believed in the script.
Yeah.
They believed in me as a director because a lot of them worked for me before. They know I can get things done as a director, but they also knew that was a really good story that needed to be told, Alan. And that's what, as a director, when you come onto a project independently, you want to find those actors that believe as well, man, with you. That's and going to ride or die with you, man, because again, I keep saying this, independent films, we don't get the big budgets like the networks or the studios get. We get pennies. And we have to make the films for pennies for what we can do it for, man. But getting that cast, getting that crew that believe, is so awesome, man.
Agreed.
And bro, you wouldn't believe, I don't know if I should even say this, man. You wouldn't believe how it's so hard to get money to shoot a damn feature film, bro.
Man, I know. Yeah, you can speak on that. That's very important. Please speak on that. That's a beast in itself, right there. Yeah,
bro, it's so hard, man, because independent film, we used to get dookied on. I don't want to use the other word, but we used to get dookied on, man. Right? But nowadays, we're making a good come up because quality of the films, quality of the stories are starting to really come up, especially for our community, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's what's really important. And I'm all about our stories, man.
Yeah.
Because telling our stories is key because we don't see it a lot, you know. Think about it right now. We're quarantined right now.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things where we got to start building for each other.
Agreed. Yeah.
You feel me, bro?
Mm-hmm.
And so Mile Valentine was that project where we were building, man.
Yeah.
We were building something every day, every lap, every turn of this story to get it on a BET Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's hard.
Congrats, by the way. Congrats. I'm so proud
Thank
of
you,
you,
man. I mean, thank you. That's really hard to do.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have that passion to do it and you have that family to do it with you,
Mm-hmm.
man, the sky's the limit, man, at the independent level, man. I'm telling you, bro, I love this industry so much, man. I just sometimes just give it my all no matter what.
That's right.
I don't even be worrying about a paycheck for me. I'm just blessed to be able to do what I love to do for the people, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I'm directing and doing a film, independent film, man, it's a service for me, man.
It is.
It's for us.
It's for us.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like it's really for us, bro. And so I'm just glad that you and everybody who's on the chat really love that film because I love it too. Mm-hmm. Because it's about Black love, man. It's about finding love, even if it's online.
Yeah.
Taking that risk. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited about it, man. It's going to be, and I want to announce something now, right now on your live.
Go ahead. Yeah.
This is breaking news, brother. We're doing a sequel to Mile Valentine.
Wow. Show him some love in the comments, guys. Congrats on that, brother.
Thank you. It's being written right now, brother. And, it's going to be a beautiful thing, man. If people watch the film, they probably already know what's going to happen in the sequel. Yeah. So we're going to make it happen. We're going to make it do what it do, for sure, brother.
Guys, we are talking to the talented Christopher Nolan. We are talking about all things on My Online Valentine. Get your questions ready. We are transitioning over to Q&A. I'm very excited for you. I did not expect that to happen, but we have a part 2 coming out for him from his hit film, My Online Valentine. So our first question comes from Colwell. Sir, not a question, just simply would love to work with you. He just wanted to let you know.
Thank you. Yeah. Let's do it. I'm with it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Hit him up. Maybe send him a DM. He can get back to you.
Yeah, for sure. Send me a DM. Absolutely.
All right. Next question is going to be from Silver Glam 1. Are there any of your movies you should want to turn into a series? Yeah. Are there any movies you want to turn into a series?
Man, that's a great question. Absolutely. Man, it's breaking news, Alan.
I know. So I'm so
some more breaking news.
That. Yeah.
Okay. Here's some more breaking news, man. So our movie Zodiac Sign, we are going to turn that into a series. I've already got confirmation from the cast.
Wow.
We're going to come together and collaborate and turn that into a series. So we're going to be looking to turn that into a series of probably first season, maybe 6 episodes, 8 episodes, independently. And then hopefully if people continue to build and love the series, we can do more episodes, because then now I can start bringing in Alan Brooks to come and direct the series, direct the episode per se, and bring other up and comers in as actors and even directors and even writers, man. So yeah, we're looking to do that. That's a great question. Silver Glam, how you know? Did you talk to somebody? She must have talked to somebody.
She must have talked to somebody. She's a dope actress in Atlanta. She's a great actress. Silver Glam 1. Yeah.
Great question.
Yeah, thank you for that, Silver Glam. All right, next question. We are in our Q&A with the talented Christopher Nolan. Here we go for the next question. Question from Will Some Else. Christopher, how do you cast? Do you go through agents, actors, access, handpick? How do you cast, Chris?
Great question, Wills. So there's several ways we cast. So right at the independent level, as people should know, Hollywood distributors, they want and need names or familiar faces.
Yeah.
So we have to get those first. And the way we go about doing that, we have to try to do that by relationships first. Then after relationships, then we go to agents and managers. But then with the day players or supporting roles, we definitely would like to bring other people on, via auditions, self-tape per se. But yeah, we're open to casting and definitely being able to uplift and bring other people on for sure. Trust me, it's going to happen. Trust me.
That's great. He's dropping gems. We're on the line with Christopher Nolan. Our next question is going to be from Ty 3E. Christopher, as a creative, how do we educate ourselves on the business and legal side of the business?
Oh, that's a great question. I think first and foremost, what you want to do is just try to find things here on YouTube where there are a lot of people on YouTube that are teaching the business, because that's real. Yeah. Understanding the business will make you a better person in the business, right? And even as an actor, I like to tell actors all the time, write and produce for yourself. Mm-hmm. Because then now, when you're writing and producing for yourself, you can put yourself in the movie that you've written that you're going to produce to start building your resume. And then you can call up people like myself or Alan Brooks and say, hey, I need a director. Are you available? And we'll make you look good, on camera, so you can use that for your resume, for your reel, to get other jobs. Agreed. And so again, to go back to that question, educate yourself by researching. Going on YouTube is a lot of seminars on YouTube that you can understand about the business part, or even get a lot of books. That's easy said and done for sure. Real talk.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Chris. Our next question comes from D. James J. Chris, where do we send headshots, reels, and resumes to you?
Great. If you are an actor and actress, please send your headshot and resume to Infernal Production 6. That's NFERNO Productions, the number 6 at gmail.com.
All right, guys, that is Infernal Production 6 at gmail.com. If you want to send your headshot, resume, or demo reels to Infernal Productions, to Christopher, it's going to be Infernal Productions, the number 6 at gmail.com. Thank you for that, Christopher. All right, next question is going to come from Storm Weathers. Here we go. Storm Weathers asks you, Chris. Okay. She's here to help my vision. Thank you for that, Storm Weathers. I appreciate it. That was actually towards me. Thank you for that. I really believe in you. I think she wanted to ask this right here. How do I get started? She is an upcoming actress, I believe, in Atlanta. How does she get started, Chris?
Okay, so this is what Stormy Weathers needs to do. She should have some pictures, because everybody needs pictures and different looks of pictures, right? Have that from a professional photographer that's going to make you look beautiful and great, or whatever character you want to be, right? And then start sending those pictures along with a resume, if you have one, to agencies, right? And even to casting directors, or even to directors and producers like myself. I'm always willing to look at those because I understand the grind. I've been there. I mean, when I was an actor audition every day, I would get into the room and then get a call from my agent saying, hey, it's between you and such, and then get a call back from my agent saying they want the other person because you were too tall, because I'm like 6'5", 6'6". And so I've lost roles because of my height.
Wow.
But I never gave up, and I understood about the height because that's more work and light setup, right? So but just keep sending out. Don't be a pest about it.
Yeah.
Be smooth about it. Be consistent, but not a pest, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense, definitely. Be consistent, but not a pest. He's dropping gems, guys. Next question, Chris, comes from Soul Choice Theater. Chris, why do you have about 20 producers on your film sometimes? You
know what? I have about 20 producers on my films because those are people who have come together to help with the budget for the film. When you're doing independent films, man, people come and say, hey, man, I got $1,000 for you. You think I'm going to turn that down? No, I'm not. I'm going to take that because that could be money for catering.
That's right.
That could be money, for crafty. So people who are producers on my films, they contribute financially or resourcefully with resources, if that makes sense.
Agreed. It's very important to have that support system. He's dropping
Absolutely.
gems. Next
And I
question.
want to I want to give them credit. I want to give them
Yeah.
credit for their contribution. I don't want to just say, yeah, thanks, man. That's good. No, I'm gonna give you a producer credit based on what you've contributed to the project at the independent level.
That's right. Show people you appreciate them, and that's a great idea to do
Exactly.
that. Definitely. Next question,
Exactly.
Chris, is from Bliss77. Chris, what are the next steps you should take to get your film made once you have a finished script?
Ooh, that's a great question. Okay. Once your script is finished, get it registered with the WGA first, and also 1A, get it registered with the Library of Congress.
Yeah.
Once you do that, you are good to start sending it to potential production companies that you think would be a fit for your script. So if you're writing a romantic comedy, look up those producers who have done romantic comedies and, ask them if they'll be willing to read your script. But most people, let me just say this too, Alan. Most people are not going to read an unsolicited script. What I mean by that is, if the script isn't represented by someone, they're not going to read it, because if they read it and they did a film after they read it and it has some similarities to it, oh, you stole my idea.
Yeah.
That type of stuff. So it needs to be kind of represented, from someone, just for security purposes, right? So I would suggest that you might have a script, send to the production company, maybe the log line.
Yeah.
And see if they'll be interested. And then if they're interested, then they might say, okay, I'm interested in reading your script. Send me a non-disclosure agreement. And then once you send me a non-disclosure agreement, I'll read it, I'll sign it, then you can send me the script, Or it might have to come from an agent or an attorney, therefore, if that makes sense.
That makes perfect sense. Always protect yourself, guys. It's very important. And this has to be the last question in the Q&A before I get to my end. So sorry about that, guys. This comes from Monica Anderson. Chris,
What's up,
hi
Monica?
there. This is Monica Anderson. Once the virus is up, what projects are you working on?
Ooh, what a question. Okay. My Online Valentine 2, the sequel. Another holiday movie, A Christmas Journey. Another holiday film entitled Identical Christmas. And then working on the Zodiac Sign TV series, where I want to bring Alan on to direct an episode.
Oh, I'll be honest.
Another up and coming directors as well. And then after that, I think I'm going to start looking into getting to episodic television, brother. I think I'm going to start doing that. I think once I kind of get these films done, I'm going to start getting to episodic television. And that's another thing for me, even though I've directed so many films, I'm going to have to crawl in that atmosphere because I've never done that before.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to have to shadow some people who've done it, learn the episodic television realm, and hopefully I can get in, because I know that's a tough thing to break into. But I think I hope I can find some people that will believe in me so I can break into that episodic television. But in the meantime, I'm going to continue to do these films that I just mentioned.
I love it. And that is a great segue to the last part of my section. I know you were making, you're very talented, Chris. So how do you overcome being told no? Even though you have close to a dozen films under your belt, how do you get told no? How do you overcome people saying you're not enough and such and such?
This is a true story. And everybody who's listening and watching, I've been in this industry now since I was 7 years old. And I've counted all my no's between now 7 years old up until now. I'm at 17,995 no's.
Wow.
I'm still going. 17,995, 17,995. And the no's are just going to come. But those no's are going to turn into yeses, even if you have to make it for yourself. So overcoming it is just don't quit. Keep going. I know people keep hearing it, but you got to keep going, because I don't know about you, Alan. I never known a person who didn't quit, didn't get something accomplished and done. They kept going.
Agreed.
Right?
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like a
17.
yeah.
Somebody like 17. Look, I'm not counting. I'm not kidding y'all. 17,995
You counted your nose,
notes.
but guess what? You
Counting my
didn't give
notes.
up. You did not give
Not
up.
enough.
Wow.
Yep. And I'm keeping going.
You keep it going. You are such an inspiration to us. My next question is
Thank
this: what advice would you give to that person out there who want to get to where you're at, have close to a dozen films on BET Plus, on Amazon Prime, but they don't want to really endure the process? What advice would you give to that person who wants instant success right now but don't want to endure the process?
Ooh. You know what, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Without struggle, there is no progress.
Mm.
I'm going to say that again, man. Without struggle, there is no progress. You're going to have to struggle
Mm-hmm.
to progress and to succeed. And while you're struggling, you're going to want to quit. Trust me, I've been there several times. But there's going to be something that's going to say, nah, bro,
Mm.
you can't quit now. Keep going with this struggle. Understand why you're struggling and make it happen. And sometimes, bro, sometimes maybe the industry isn't for some people, man. I hate to say that,
Mm-hmm.
but it might be true. Sometimes the pressure, the stress is not for a person in this industry because it's going to happen all the time.
Yeah.
But at the same time, same token, it's part of your struggle. If you want to succeed, you got to understand that struggle, navigate your way to get through that struggle. And once you do, what's for you will be for you. And I truly believe that, brother. I truly do.
Wow, thank you for that. And before it cuts off, Christopher, what advice would you give that writer, producer, director, actor on the line who's about to give up, who was told no a lot of times, but they're just more so discouraged. They don't want to give up. They want to go through the process, but they're just a little discouraged. What would you give to that person right now from you?
I'm living proof, guys. I've been told no 17,995 times, and I'm still going through it. You can do it too. Don't give up. Please, actors, don't give up. Keep going to your auditions. Being easy, have a settled stomach. Don't be nervous because it's not you against them. They want you to get that role.
Mm-hmm.
Go in there, be as natural as possible, organic as possible. Take direction well. Directors, continue to understand everybody's position on set, from the cinematographer to the production designer, to talk to your producers, from the sound operator. Producers, understand you want to be able to work with people that you can get along with and that can get the job done. Don't quit. Don't give up. Continue to study, continue to research, because that is what's going to carry you and continue to get you hyped and get you excited to not quit. Trust me, I've almost done it several times, but that little voice in my shoulder and in my head said, nah, bruh, you got this. So don't quit. Please don't quit. Don't give up. And I'm always accessible. Hit me on the DM if y'all want some inspiration or if you need some advice. I'm willing to share. I'm willing to share, and I say this, I'm willing to share for free. I'm not tripping about getting paid on sharing advice in the damn game. This is what we need to do amongst each other, period, man. It's just that simple. Real talk.
Thank you for that. Wow. Thank you for being an inspiration. Thank you for sharing those words with us, guys. We
Bro.
were on the line with writer, producer, director, actor, and the president of Infernal Productions, my colleague, my brother, Christopher Nolan. Thank you so much for being an inspiration.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, this has been a great episode of Director's Corner, episode 13 with Christopher Nolan. Thank you, my brother.
Hey, man, thank you, brother. Appreciate it, man.
Of course.
We're
Thank you,
going to
man.
talk again, bro.
Oh, yeah, we're
For
going to
sure.
talk, brother. All right, one. Thank y'all.
Yes, sir. Thank you, brother. Okay, cool.